Good afternoon. The world at noon. My name is Nathaniel Oyegoke. First, the headlines. In Nigeria, officers of the NSCDC immigration hurdles to rights promotion exam. Qatar renews support for peaceful solution in Libya amid ongoing violence. Rise of world leaders and traditional religions kicks off in Kazakhstan. Now, the news in detail. In Nigeria, the Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Ralph Aregbesola, has ordered the Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Service Board to conduct the next promotion examinations of its officers in the various services in the states where they operate. This was contained in a statement signed by the Ministry Deputy Director of Press, Afonja Ajibola. Mr. Aregbesola, who gave the directive during an inspection visit to the examination center in Abuja, stated that overcrowded examination centers can fault the integrity of an exam. He ordered the Secretary of the Board, Hajia Aisha Rufai, to henceforth conduct promotion examinations in various states of the Federation. The minister added that since there are CBT centers across the states that could be used for the examination, it will go a long way in providing seamless conduct of the examinations in the respective states. The minister commended the board for achieving the feat in conducting CBT examination, which has added relevant credibility to the process. Qatar has renewed its support for a peaceful solution to Libya's ongoing political instability following violent escalations between the country's rival factions. The meeting came weeks after Libya witnessed its worst clashes in 2 years between rival factions. In August, at least 32 people were killed in deadly clashes amid rising tensions between the UN-backed government of national unity and the newly appointed rival administration of Fatih Bashagha. During a meeting held in Doha with Libya's Speaker of Parliament, Aguila Shali, Qatar's Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdurrahman Al Thani expressed the state's ongoing support for Tripoli's unity and stability. Shali traveled to Qatar in an effort to broker peace in the crisis-hit country after months of political unrest. Egypt's Supply Minister Ali Mosheli has announced that Egypt's strategic wheat reserves will be sufficient for over 6 months. His statement comes days after the conclusion of the country's wheat production and supply season. Report says Egypt had purchased a total of 4.2 million tons of wheat from local farmers. According to official data, the North African country consumes some 22 million tons of wheat per annum, 13 million of which is imported from abroad. Meanwhile, experts say that Egypt's wheat stock was experiencing shortages following the Russian-Ukrainian war. Egypt, one of the world's biggest wheat importers, has sought to diversify its suppliers since facing high global prices and disruptions to purchases from the Black Sea after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February. Some people in Sierra Leone are unhappy with the Kenyan presidential inauguration, where William Ruto took the oath of office as the country's 5th head of state. Opposition supporters in the country on the southwest coast of West Africa were amused by what they saw as the ill treatment of the president Julius Maada Bio by the organizers of the inauguration ceremony. Report says President Bio, despite being among heads of state who had attended the ceremony before President Ruto made his inaugural speech, yet he was not recognized. Dr. Ruto later made an apology which to Sierra Leoneans was only an attempt at damage control, because even then he could only pronounce his first name, Julius, correctly. President Bell will be seeking re-election for a second and final 5-year term. This is the word at noon, coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Ile-Awiye, Okebale, Osogbo. Now I made news message. It is only when everyone works hard that the nation can record a sustainable growth. Contribute your quota. The 7th Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions kicked off today in the Kazakhstan capital, Nur-Sultan, under the title "The Role of the Leaders of World and Traditional Religions in the Spiritual and Social Development of Human Civilization in the Post-Pandemic Period." The opening ceremony was attended by President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, Dr. Ahmed Al-Tayyib, Grand Imam of Al-Azhar and Chairman of the Muslim Council of Elders, Pope Francis of the Catholic Church, alongside 180 other religious and world leaders from 60 different countries. The 2-day Congress of the Leaders of World and Traditional Religions is a unique interfaith forum convened every 3 years in Nur-Sultan at the initiative of the first president of Kazakhstan. The Congress affirms Kazakhstan's prominent role in supporting peace, tolerance, and dialogue initiatives between leaders and followers of religions, based on the great role of religious leaders in spreading the voice of moderation to promote dialogue and combating religious intolerance that some extremist organizations seek within societies. Officials in India have announced that 9 people died and 27 others injured after a minibus tumbled down into a deep gorge in Indian-controlled Kashmir. Authorities told the Press Trust of India that over 36 passengers were on board the bus when the accident took place near Sajian, a village in Jammu's Poonch district. They added that rescue efforts by the army, police and local villagers is underway. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Shia announced in a statement that compensations of 500,000 rupees will be paid to victims' families. Indian President Draupadi Murmu has also expressed her condolences in a message and prayed with the bereaved families. She also wished the injured speedy recovery. The Israeli military says an army officer was killed when Palestinian gunmen opened fire on Israeli troops near a checkpoint in the occupied West Bank. The Palestinian Health Ministry stated that 2 Palestinians were killed by the Israeli army without providing additional details. The military said soldiers spotted 2 individuals approaching the separation barrier in the northern West Bank and that it is dispatched soldiers to the area. The official Palestinian news agency Wafa reported that the Israeli army was holding the bodies of the 2 men. It identified them as Hamad Habed and Abdul Rahman Habed, both from a village near the city of Cherny. The violence was the latest in a long string of incidents involving deadly confrontations between soldiers and Palestinians in the West Bank in recent months, particularly around the city of Cherny, which has become a bastion for armed struggle against Israel. The Israeli military says the vast majority of those killed were militants or stone throwers who endangered the soldiers. And here again are the highlights of the world at noon. In Nigeria, the Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, has ordered the Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Service Board to conduct the next promotion examinations of its officers in the various services in the states where they operate. Qatar has renewed its support for a peaceful solution to Libya's ongoing political instability following violent escalations between the country's rival factions. The 7th Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions kicked off today in the Kazakh capital, Nur Sultan, under the title The Role of the Leaders of World and Traditional Religions in the Spiritual and Social Development of Human Civilization in the Post-Pandemic Period. And that was the World at Noon, edited by Nathaniel Oyegoke. News Talk by Adeniyi Kende of our news desk focuses on the importance of eating balanced diet for the nourishment of human body to enhance healthy living.
The world is changing rapidly by the day as a result of modern technology and scientific findings, as well as breakthrough. For instance, in the medical field, several research findings now revealed the importance and impacts of eating appropriate foods and balanced diets, in particular on the health status of the people. The food we eat supply human body the energy needed to keep human body chemistry active throughout the day. Man also requires nutrients for growth and repair, thereby keeping him to stay strong and healthy, as well as prevent diet-related illness. Medical research indicates that when nutrients intake does not regularly meet the required needs of the cell activities in the human body chemistry, the metabolic processes will slow down or even stop outrightly. To this end, instead of seeing food as the likely enemy, an average individual should look at food as a way to improving their health status and reduce diseases by helping the body metabolism. Many are oblivious of the fact that the food people of various backgrounds eat supply human body the information and materials needed to function well and properly. Hence, if one does not get the right information into his or her system, the implication is that the metabolic process could suffer and invariably attract ill health. It is also pertinent to state that if too much food is noticed in human body chemistry, or food that give human body wrong instructions is embedded in the system, the owner of such body becomes either overweight or undernourished and is at the risk of disease and other conditions such as arthritis or any other terminal diseases. Nutrients are the nourishing substance in food that are essential for the growth, development, and maintenance of body functions. Therefore, a healthy eating plan lowers people's risk for heart disease and other health conditions. A new study indicates that the type of food one consumes influences one's risk of dying from heart disease or stroke. The recent findings suggest that to change one's eating habits is to improve one's health status, according to experts. A healthy eating plan includes vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and fats free from low-fat production. A healthy diet also includes lean meats, poultry, fish, beans, eggs, and nuts, as they limit saturated fat, sodium, and sugar in the system. Newstock posits that keeping active and eating balanced diet can also help one to maintain a healthy weight at all times, while deficiencies in some key nutrients such as vitamin A, B, C, and E, zinc, iron, and selenium can weaken parts of human immune system, which may subsequently lead to death outrightly. We therefore charge the citizenry to embrace vegetables, fruits, and nuts in their diet to make it balanced at all times. It is noteworthy that through appropriate dieting alone, the citizenry can improve their health status and would visit hospital and patronize healthcare provider less. Newstock believes that doing this would improve their economy by spending little on drug purchase and other healthcare consumables. A word is said to be enough for the wise.
That news talk by Adeniyi Kende of our news desk emphasized the need for intake of balanced diet for the enhancement of the body chemistry. The script was read by Temitope Olaiwola. Thanks for listening to the World at Noon. Good afternoon.